They didn't conquer the world with guns. They conquered it with debt. While soldiers bled on battlefields, a few men in London wrote numbers in ledgers, and those numbers enslaved entire continents. This is how Britain really built the biggest empire in history, and why the same trick still rules the world today. Every empire starts with ambition. But ambition needs cash. 1700s Britain was fighting everyone. France, Spain, America, India. Every cannon fired, every soldier fed, every warship launched cost silver. Taxes alone couldn't keep up, so Britain invented a new weapon, credit. The government started selling bonds, simple promises. Give us money today, we'll pay you back with interest tomorrow. Investors snapped them up, betting that British victories would make them rich. War became a business, and the business of war became British Empire finance. A giant web of debt tied soldiers, merchants, and monarchs together. If the empire won, investors won. If the empire lost, well, losing wasn't an option. But one company took this game to a whole new level and accidentally proved that bankers could be more powerful than kings. Picture this: a trading company with its own flag, its own navy, and a private army twice the size of Britain's. That was the East India Company. It started small: buy spices, sell tea, make profit. But profit needed land, land needed soldiers, soldiers needed money. So the company did what no corporation had ever done before. It started issuing its own debt. London bankers couldn't resist. They bought company bonds by the millions, dreaming of Bengal gold and Bombay cotton. The cycle was brutal and perfect. Conquer a province, collect taxes, pay interest, borrow more, conquer again. A self-feeding war machine. At its peak, the company ruled 250 million people. One company. More territory than most kings. Then came 1772. The machine broke. Too many wars, too many loans, not enough cash coming in. The company's stock crashed. Panic hit London's money markets. Banks froze. For the first time, a corporation was too big to fail. The company ran to Parliament, begging for a bailout, and Parliament said yes. Why? Because letting the company die meant letting half the empire die with it. That moment changed everything. From 1772 onward, empire and finance officially merged. Governments realized, if you control the debt, you don't need to control the land. You just need to own the ledger. One company had just proven that a banker's pen is stronger than a general's sword. And waiting in the shadows was a family ready to take this game global. The East India Company opened the door. The Rothschilds walked through it and locked it behind them. Nathan Mayer Rothschild, a German immigrant in London, built something no king could: a private money superhighway. Couriers on horses, ships with false bottoms, coded letters, secret signals. He could move gold faster than any army could march. When Britain fought Napoleon, the government didn't have cash. They had Rothschild. He financed Wellington's armies, paid spies, bought guns, all on credit. By Waterloo, Nathan knew the result hours before London. Legend says he made a fortune shorting the market, then bought Britain itself at fire sale prices. Truth or myth, doesn't matter. The message was clear. Whoever controls the debt controls the war. The Rothschild network stretched from London to Paris, Frankfurt to Naples. One family, 5 brothers, 5 cities, one ledger. Governments begged them for loans. Kings waited in their hallway. They didn't need crowns. They had interest payments. And they weaponized debt like never before. Every nation that wanted to fight, build, or survive had to borrow from them. Brazil's independence, Rothschild loan. France's post-war rebuild, Rothschild loan. Even the Pope paid interest to a Jewish banking family. They proved a new law of power. Give a country a loan big enough, and you don't need to invade. You just wait for the interest to do the conquering. Britain ruled the seas with ships. The Rothschilds ruled the world with balance sheets. And the empire was about to place its biggest bet ever. One loan that would buy the shortcut to India itself. He walked across the street to the Rothschilds, borrowed £4 million overnight. No parliament vote, no debate. By morning, Britain owned the canal. No shots fired, no war declared. Just a loan. One signature bought the shortcut to India and locked half the world's trade in British hands. That was peak empire finance. Colonies didn't just pay taxes, they paid interest. Railways in India, mines in Africa, ports in the Caribbean, all built with London loans. Every rupee of profit flowed back as debt service. Rebel? Fine, but you still owe the banker. Default? Britain sends a gunboat to collect. Debt was the quietest, cleanest occupation in history. The sun finally set on the empire, but the ledger never closed. Those same arteries still pump today. World Bank, IMF, infrastructure bonds, Belt and Road loans. New names, same game. Borrow to build, build to borrow. Influence follows the interest. Empires fall, debt doesn't. The British proved it, the Rothschilds perfected it, and the world copied it. Next time someone says, guns built empires, smile. Guns only marched where the loans pointed. Real power was never in the palace or the battlefield. It was in a quiet room in London where a handful of men wrote numbers in a book, and the world bowed to those numbers for 2 centuries. That trick never died. It just changed address, and it's still writing the future, one loan at a time. Thank you for watching. If this hit you, share it. The truth about money is the one story they don't want told twice. See you in the next one.